Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Billionaires aren't born, they're made. And in the 90s, there was a secret to creating billionaires that changed everything. It wasn't about waiting for the perfect opportunity. It wasn't about playing small. And it definitely wasn't about sitting in your comfort zone. If you want to create real wealth, if you want to become part of the elite group of billionaires, you have to take bold actions and think bigger than anyone else. The first thing I want to emphasize is the power of ambition and vision. You can't create something extraordinary if your goals are ordinary. Your ambition has to be limitless, and your vision has to be clear. If you're not thinking on a scale that makes people laugh, you're not thinking big enough. Billionaires don't just want a better life for themselves, they want to change the world. They want to create something that lasts. That's the kind of ambition you need. Your vision should be so clear that no matter what obstacles come your way, you know where you're going and why you're going there. If you can't see it, you'll never make it. Your ambition must pull you forward. Next, I want to talk about speed. Speed is absolutely critical in business. The world doesn't wait for anyone, and the moment you hesitate, someone else has already taken your opportunity. The 90s were a time of rapid change and fast-moving technology. If you weren't moving fast enough, you missed your chance. The wealthiest people understand that the faster they act, the greater their rewards. Don't wait for perfect timing, make the timing work for you. Take action, take risks, move faster than anyone else around you, because in business, if you don't make your move, someone else will, and they'll leave you in the dust. Now let's talk about something most people don't understand: leveraging other people's resources. If you're going into business expecting to fund everything yourself, you're already at a disadvantage. The secret to creating wealth, real wealth, is using other people's resources to make your dreams a reality. This isn't just about using their money, it's about using their time, their expertise, their networks. The richest people in the world have mastered the art of getting others to fund their ventures. They know how to sell their vision in a way that makes others want to put up the resources. And guess what? You can do the same. Negotiation is another critical skill that separates the billionaires from the rest of the pack. If you can't negotiate your way to the top, you'll stay stuck at the bottom. It's not about winning every deal, but about making deals that move you closer to your goals. Negotiation isn't just about asking for what you want, it's about commanding it. You need to learn how to position yourself in every situation so that the deal is always in your favor. The moment you learn to negotiate with power and confidence is the moment you start taking control of your future. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, is overcoming fear. Fear will hold you back more than anything else. The fear of failure is the #1 killer of success. If you let fear control you, you'll never get anywhere. The billionaires of the 90s understood that failure isn't something to avoid, it's something to embrace. They failed often, they failed fast, and they failed hard. And guess what? They didn't let it stop them. They got up, they learned from their mistakes, and they kept moving forward. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. Understand this: failure is just a lesson in disguise. You can't win if you don't take risks. So if you want to create wealth like the billionaires of the 90s, it's time to stop playing small. You have to aim higher, move faster, leverage every resource at your disposal, negotiate like a pro, and embrace failure as part of the process. It's about making bold moves, taking calculated risks, and relentlessly pursuing your goals. The secret to building an empire isn't magic, it's strategy. It's about applying these principles every single day, no matter what. It's time to stop waiting for things to happen and start making them happen. If you want to be a billionaire, it's time to act like one. Ambition and vision. These two words are often used together, yet they hold such immense power that when properly understood and applied, they can transform your life and your future. If you want to achieve anything of significance, you need to harness the full power of ambition and vision. Without these two driving forces, you are simply wandering through life, hoping for something to happen rather than making something happen. Ambition is the fuel that drives you forward when others quit. It's that deep, burning desire to become more, to do more, to achieve more than what's simply handed to you. It is the belief that the status quo is never enough and that the world has yet to see your greatest contribution. Ambition is what keeps you awake at night, thinking about how you can grow, how you can push past your limits, and how you can achieve that next level of success. It is not about being content with where you are today, it's about striving for something greater tomorrow. But ambition without vision is like a ship without a compass. Vision is the direction that ambition needs. Vision is the picture of your future, a future that is so clear and compelling that it pulls you forward, even when times get tough. Your vision is your why, the reason behind your ambition. It's what makes you get out of bed every morning with a sense of purpose and passion. It's the driving force behind every action you take. If ambition is the engine, vision is the destination. A powerful vision does not come from what the world tells you is possible. It comes from within. It comes from within. It comes from the understanding that you are capable of far more than you've been led to believe. A true vision does not limit you, it liberates you. It forces you to see beyond the ordinary and imagine the extraordinary. When you begin to see a future that others might think is impossible, that's when you start to tap into your true potential. When your vision is big enough, it becomes a magnet, drawing everything you need to make it a reality. Ambition and vision go hand in hand because ambition is what gives you the energy to pursue your vision with tenacity. But it's not just about having big dreams. No, it's about being able to see the path to those dreams, even when the road is unclear or filled with obstacles. It's about taking the first step, even when fear tells you to stay put. The greatest achievers in history were not the ones who were born into perfect circumstances or handed everything on a silver platter. They were the ones who had a vision of something greater and the ambition to make it happen, no matter the odds. But here's the thing, the road to success is never smooth. It's full of setbacks, failures, and obstacles that will test both your ambition and your vision. There will be moments when your ambition feels like it's waning, when the doubts start to creep in, and when the temptation to settle for less becomes strong. This is where your vision becomes your anchor. When the world is telling you to quit, your vision keeps you going. When others doubt you, your ambition says, I'm not done yet. The most successful people are those who face setbacks with resilience, knowing that the only way forward is through the fire. As you walk through life, your ambition and vision will become the lens through which you see the world. They will shape your decisions, guide your actions, and help you focus on what matters most. They will force you to become better than you were yesterday, pushing you to break boundaries, to break out of your comfort zone, and to create a legacy that will last long after you're gone. What's holding you back from realizing your true potential? The answer is simple: you are. You are the one who decides whether your ambition is powerful enough to propel you toward your vision. You are the one who chooses to take the leap, to pursue your dreams, and to rise above the circumstances. Don't let anyone tell you that your dreams are too big, that your vision is impossible, or that your ambition is misguided. When you believe in the power of ambition and vision, there is nothing you cannot achieve. So I ask you today, what is your vision? What is that dream so big, so powerful that it keeps you awake at night? What is that desire burning deep inside you, ready to transform the world? Don't let fear or doubt stop you. Let your ambition lead the way, and let your vision be the reason you keep moving forward. Because when you combine them, you become unstoppable. You become a force to be reckoned with. And no dream is too big for you to achieve. Speed is not just about how quickly you can move, it's about how much momentum you can generate in the direction of your goals. It's about being aggressive, not hesitating, and striking when the opportunity presents itself. In this fast-paced world, the difference between success and failure is often determined by who can move the fastest. The reality is there's no time to wait. Every second you spend deliberating, doubting, or holding back is a second that someone else is using to move ahead, to gain an advantage, to get closer to what they want. You have to understand that speed doesn't just mean running in a frenzy, it means making decisions without second guessing, being swift in your actions, and seizing opportunities without hesitation. In business, in life, in anything you want to achieve, the speed at which you move is directly tied to the success you experience. If you wait for the perfect moment, if you wait until all the stars align, then you are already too late. The most successful people, the ones who get the results that others only dream of, are the ones who take immediate action. Speed is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's what makes the difference between those who talk about their goals and those who actually achieve them. It's easy to get bogged down in thinking about all the reasons you can't, or all the obstacles that are in the way. But if you do that, you'll never make progress. Life doesn't slow down for you to catch up. The moment you slow down, you're already falling behind. Life demands that you move quickly, think on your feet, and adapt in real time. You want to be the person who takes decisive action, who is able to cut through doubt and fear with unwavering resolve. When you act quickly, not only do you gain an advantage over those who hesitate, but you also build confidence. The more you move quickly, the more you trust yourself, and the more you trust yourself, the more you accomplish. There is no room for hesitation when greatness is on the line. Every decision you make should be done with purpose, urgency, and a clear understanding that time waits for no one. Speed is also about leveraging the power of momentum. The faster you go, the more momentum you build. And once you have that momentum, it's almost impossible to stop. You can ride that wave of energy and drive to accomplish things that would have otherwise seemed impossible. The initial push might be difficult. The beginning may feel like you're forcing yourself into motion. But once you're moving, the force of your actions takes over and you'll find yourself doing more than you ever thought possible. But here's the key: speed doesn't mean rushing. It doesn't mean acting recklessly or without purpose. It's about making the decision to move and then keeping that pace. It's about being disciplined, focused, and relentless. You don't have time to second guess every move, to perfect every little detail. You have to trust your instincts, be willing to adjust on the fly, and continue moving forward. Speed requires a mindset that says, I'm not waiting for the perfect conditions, I'm going to make the conditions work for me. You see, the world is full of people who will wait, who will ponder and strategize, who will plan endlessly. But the winners, the ones who succeed, are the ones who take action. They understand that the only thing standing between them and success is the moment they decide to move. They don't wait for opportunities to come knocking, they create them. They move swiftly with purpose, and they never look back. That's what makes all the difference. If you want to make it to the top, if you want to get to your goals faster than anyone else, you have to be willing to move quickly. There's no time to wait. No time to waste. Take action now. Don't hold back. Don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be too late. It's not about rushing through life. It's about seizing every moment, taking full advantage of the time you have, and knowing that the quicker you act, the quicker you will reach your destination. Let me tell you something. If you're still trying to build your success by relying only on your own resources, you're doing it all wrong. The most successful people in the world don't do it by themselves. They leverage other people's resources. This isn't a secret, it's a principle, a mindset that's been in play for centuries. The truth is, building massive wealth isn't about doing everything alone, it's about connecting the dots, aligning with others, and using every resource available to you. Now let's break this down. Resources come in all shapes and sizes: money, time, expertise, connections. Think about it. How often do you find yourself caught in the trap of thinking you need all the answers, all the money, and all the talent to make your dreams a reality? That's where you're mistaken. You don't need all of that. You need to be resourceful. You need to tap into other people's money, other people's time, and most importantly, other people's expertise. There are people out there who have already done the work you're trying to do. They've already spent years, even decades, developing their knowledge and skills. Why not learn from them? Why not use their wisdom to propel you forward? The first thing you have to understand is that no one, absolutely no one, ever built a massive empire without help. Not one billionaire, not one top-level entrepreneur, not one world leader did it on their own. Every single one of them leveraged the skills and resources of others. They didn't just focus on what they had, they focused on what others had, and they figured out how to tap into that. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. What you need to do is find the people who have what you need and connect with them. When you start thinking like this, when you stop trying to do everything yourself, you open yourself up to a world of opportunity. Let's talk about money. A lot of people think you need a ton of your own money to get started. Let me break this myth right now. You don't need your own money. You just need to know how to use other people's. Do you think Steve Jobs started Apple with his own money? No, he used investors' money. Bill Gates didn't build Microsoft with his own savings. He found the people who believed in his vision and got them to fund it. This is the way the world works. The wealthiest people in the world understand this truth. You don't need to own the resources. You just need to know how to access them, how to convince others that your vision is worth investing in. But it's not just about money. It's about time. Think about how much time it takes to build something from the ground up. How many hours, how much energy, how much focus? Time is valuable. You don't have to spend years learning everything yourself. You don't have to spend every waking moment mastering skills that others have already mastered. Find the experts in the fields that matter to your business, your life, your goals, and align yourself with them. Use their time, use their knowledge. Think about how many people are out there right now willing to give you their time if you approach them correctly. If you're not tapping into the expertise and knowledge of those who are better than you, you're wasting time. You're walking down a path that'll take you years when you could have gotten where you wanted to go in months, if not weeks. Then there are connections, another vital resource. The people you know can often be more valuable than the money you have. A single connection could change the trajectory of your life. The most successful people in the world know this, which is why they're constantly building and nurturing relationships. It's not just about knowing the right people, it's about knowing the right people and offering them something in return. You don't just want to take from others, you need to offer value in return. It's a give and take, an exchange that will benefit both parties. This is how you build a network that supports your success. It's not just about what you know, it's about who you know, and more importantly, who knows you and believes in what you're doing. Now, I'm not saying you should go out and manipulate people or take advantage of others. That's not the mindset of a successful person. What I'm talking about is creating mutually beneficial relationships, building partnerships where both sides win. This is the foundation of real success. You have something to offer, and they have something to offer. The best partnerships are based on shared value and respect. When you start thinking this way, when you start leveraging other people's resources instead of trying to do it all yourself, you'll see doors open up that you never thought possible. The greatest thing about leveraging other people's resources is that it allows you to scale faster than you ever could on your own. Think about it, you don't have to slowly build something from scratch when you can bring in others who already have what you need to grow exponentially. You don't have to wait for years to save up enough money to start your project when you can access the funds from investors. You don't have to waste years gaining every piece of knowledge when you can tap into the wisdom of others. When you stop thinking of success as something you have to do alone, you break free from the limitations that keep most people stuck. At the end of the day, the most successful people in the world know how to use every resource available to them. They know how to connect with people who have the money, the time, the expertise, and the connections they need to build something bigger than themselves. It's time for you to stop thinking small. It's time for you to start thinking like the greats, like those who understand the power of leveraging resources. Your future is waiting, and it's full of untapped resources. It's time to use them. Negotiation isn't just about talking people into giving you what you want. It's about mastering the art of influencing outcomes, creating win-win situations, and positioning yourself for long-term success. It's one of the most powerful skills you can possess. Whether you're negotiating a business deal, a salary increase, or even something as simple as a conversation with a colleague, the ability to negotiate effectively will determine how far you'll go in life. First, understand this negotiation is not about being aggressive or domineering. It's not about overpowering someone or forcing them to accept terms they don't want. True negotiation is about understanding the needs and desires of the other party and then figuring out how to align those needs with your own. This requires a deep sense of empathy, awareness, and emotional intelligence. It's not just about your bottom line, it's about seeing the bigger picture and realizing that by helping others achieve their goals, you're ultimately helping yourself achieve yours. The first step in mastering negotiation is understanding your value. You can't negotiate from a place of weakness. You have to know your worth and be confident in what you bring to the table. If you walk into a negotiation feeling unsure or uncertain, the other party will sense it, and you'll lose leverage. You need to be clear about what you're offering and what you expect in return. If you can't articulate your value with conviction, you're already behind in the game. Then you have to learn how to listen. It sounds simple, but most people fail at this crucial part. People talk to get what they want. But negotiation is as much about listening as it is about talking. When you listen actively, you gain insight into the other person's position, their pain points, and their goals. This is information you can use to create a solution that works for both sides. The best negotiators don't just hear words, they understand the motivations behind those words. They pay attention to body language, tone, and subtle cues. It's this kind of listening that allows them to craft deals that benefit everyone involved. Now, one of the most critical aspects of negotiation is preparation. You cannot go into any negotiation without being prepared. You need to know as much as possible about the situation, the person you're negotiating with, and the potential outcomes. Preparation isn't just about knowing your own side, it's about understanding what the other party values, what their pressures are, and where you can find common ground. The more prepared you are, the more confidence you'll exude, and the more control you'll have over the negotiation process. The best negotiators don't walk into a room unprepared, they walk in with a plan, and they stick to it. But it's not just about knowing what you want, it's about being willing to walk away when necessary. The most successful negotiators understand that not every deal is worth making. If the terms aren't right, if the deal doesn't align with your values or your goals, don't be afraid to walk away. It's easy to get emotionally attached to a deal, but in the long run, you have to be willing to say no if it's not right. This doesn't mean you have to be inflexible or stubborn, but it does mean that you shouldn't settle for less than you deserve. And let's not forget about the power of patience. Negotiation is not a race, it's a process. Too often, people rush into decisions without fully understanding the consequences. If you push for quick results, you risk making compromises you'll regret later. Patience allows you to step back, evaluate your options, and make more informed decisions. It gives you time to think, to strategize, and to determine what's truly important to you in the negotiation. When you exercise patience, you show that you are in control and that you are not desperate for a quick win. The final piece of mastering negotiation is knowing when to compromise and when to hold your ground. Negotiation is not about getting everything you want. It's about finding a middle ground where both parties feel like they've won. Sometimes that means being flexible and giving a little. Other times it means standing firm in your position and not budging on key issues. The key is knowing when to bend and when to stay strong. You need to evaluate each situation carefully and decide what's negotiable and what's non-negotiable. Mastering the art of negotiation is about more than just getting what you want. It's about building relationships, creating value, and finding solutions that work for everyone involved. It's a skill that requires self-awareness, empathy, preparation, and the ability to listen. It requires you to be patient, to be willing to walk away when needed, and to be confident in your own value. If you can master negotiation, you can shape your own destiny. You can build the life and the career you've always dreamed of. But remember, negotiation isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process that requires constant refinement and practice. The more you do it, the better you'll become. So go ahead, step into the arena, and start negotiating like a true master. Your future depends on it. Mastering the art of negotiation isn't just about striking deals, it's about mastering yourself. It's about understanding your worth, preparing with purpose, listening with intent, and knowing when to stand firm and when to compromise. Negotiation isn't a game, it's a skill that shapes your future. The better you become at negotiating, the more control you'll have over your life, your success, and your legacy. You won't just get what you want, you'll build relationships that last, create opportunities that elevate, and shape the future you desire. So take this lesson to heart. Be prepared, be patient, and never underestimate the power of negotiation. It's not just about what you want. It's about how you get it and who you become in the process. The world is waiting for you to take the lead, and it's time to start negotiating your destiny.